We're so often told that success is this ladder we have to climb, right? More money, a better job title, a bigger house. But what if we've been climbing the wrong ladder this whole time? In this explainer, we're going to talk about redefining that finish line, shifting our focus from all the external stuff to a really powerful internal state. Let's just start with this quote from Jim Carrey. Think about it. This is a guy who reached the absolute peak of what our society calls success, only to realize it was hollow. It's a feeling a lot of us can relate to. Maybe not with the fame and fortune, but you finally get that job or that car or that one thing you thought would make you happy, and then nothing. Just this surprising emptiness.
And that really brings us to the heart of the matter. Why does this happen? We work so hard, we achieve the goal, we get the promotion, we buy the thing, but that deep, lasting happiness we were kind of promised, it just never shows up. Why does the chase so often feel better than actually getting the prize? What is going on here? Well, this brings us to what you could call the success paradox. Let's really dive in and break down why chasing all these external achievements so often just fails to deliver real happiness. It's this cycle that traps so many of us, always wanting more, but somehow feeling less and less fulfilled. Okay, so this whole journey of chasing material happiness, it almost always follows these four predictable and honestly frustrating stages. First, you've got futility, that gnawing feeling of wanting something you just don't have. Then, maybe you get it, and boom, anticlimax. It's never as amazing as you built it up to be in your head. Any bit of happiness you do feel is temporary. It just fades so fast. And finally, you're left with the real kicker, duality. And this is the perfect way to think about that last pitfall, duality. Remember getting a cassette tape just for that one awesome song on side A, but then you were stuck with some song you absolutely hated on side B? Well, material success is a lot like that. It often comes packaged with a sacrifice or a negative consequence you didn't want, but you have to accept it. That dream job might mean you never see your family. The bigger house might mean way more financial stress. There's always a side B. So how in the world do we break out of the cycle of chasing shadows? Well, the key is understanding two very different conversations that are always happening in our lives. The ones that make us tune out and the ones that help us tune in. First up, you've got the outer dialogue. This is what we can call tuning out. It is the constant noise of daily life. It's the gossip, the news headlines, the endless scroll on social media. It's all the energy we pour into focusing on things that, at the end of the day, we have absolutely no control over. But then, there's the inner dialogue. This is where we tune in. And this is the good stuff. This is that powerful, reflective conversation we have with ourselves about our values, our mindset, our purpose, and our actions. See the difference? This conversation focuses only on what we can control. This is where the real growth happens. And when you put them side by side, the contrast is it's stark. Shifting from an outer to an inner dialogue changes your entire perspective on life. You go from obsessing over what you can't control to focusing on what you can. You go from just discussing people and events to discussing wisdom and ideas. And maybe most importantly, the question you ask yourself shifts from a powerless, why is this happening to me, to an empowered, okay, what can I learn from this? It's the difference between being a victim and being the architect of your own life. This timeless saying just maps it out perfectly, doesn't it? It shows a clear progression. You move beyond the noise of people and events and into this deeper, more meaningful world of wisdom. And that's really the space where we want to invest our time and energy. Okay, so that's the goal, right? To have more of this inner dialogue. But how do we actually do it? Where do we even begin? Well, it all starts with a practice that is so simple, but incredibly profound. Everything starts with gratitude. And why is that? Because gratitude is the foundational mindset. It keeps us humble, it keeps us thankful, and it keeps us truly open to growing from the inside out. It just completely shifts our focus from what we don't have to what we do have. And that creates the perfect soil for our inner dialogue to really start to flourish. And what does that actually look like? Gratitude isn't just for the big, flashy wins. Look at what people are really grateful for here. It's for the challenges that force them to grow. It's for new opportunities. It's for something as simple as a peaceful, quiet moment in the morning. It's being grateful for the ability to manage a difficult life, for peace, for good health. It's about appreciating the whole spectrum of life, not just the highlight. So once we have gratitude as our solid foundation, we can start to fuel our inner dialogue by looking for inspiration from timeless wisdom. There's a powerful truth to this. We're always chasing the newest thing, the latest idea.
But so often, the answers we're searching for have been explored for generations. Timeless wisdom, the kind you find in great books, shares this common thread that speaks directly to the questions of our inner dialogue.
For instance, you take a hugely influential book like Stephen Covey's. What's one of the main principles? Stop wasting your energy on things you can't control and focus like a laser on your circle of influence, your own actions, your own choices, your own mindset. Sound familiar? It's that inner dialogue all over again.
Or you look at other bestsellers, and they guide us to find peace and power by being totally present, right here, right now. They teach us that our consciousness, our inner world, literally shapes the world we experience. The power isn't somewhere out there, it's right here inside of us.
Are you starting to see the pattern here? It's this incredibly consistent, powerful message. Across all this timeless wisdom, the core idea is exactly the same. Real, lasting change starts from within. If you want to change your life, you have to first change your mind. Okay, so let's bring all of this together. By really cultivating this inner dialogue, grounding it in gratitude, and fueling it with wisdom, we can completely, fundamentally redefine what that finish line of success actually is.
And this is the ultimate reframe. True fulfillment isn't found in the final achievement or the trophy or the job title. It's found in the journey itself, in the process of becoming, of learning, of growing along the way. The person you become during the process, that's the real prize.
So, at the end of the day, success isn't something you get. It's something you are. It's not some visible result you can put on a piece of paper. It's an internal state of being. It's inner peace. It's that feeling of being genuinely happy from the inside out. It's having a strong sense of purpose that gets you excited to wake up in the morning. It's simply being the person you truly want to be. So we'll end with this. After everything we've talked about, the most important thing you can do is just ask yourself this one question honestly and deeply. Forget what society tells you. Forget the external stuff. What does success really mean to you? Because building a life around that answer, that's the only finish line that actually matters.